Hi, welcome back. If you've ever struggled to find the time to sketch or wonder how to build a routine that sticks, you're in the right place. Today, I'm going to walk you through how to create a sketching routine that fits into your life, no matter how busy things get. We'll talk about setting goals, finding out the right time and place, staying motivated, and most importantly, how to make the process enjoyable. By the end of the video, you'll have a solid plan for making sketching a consistent and rewarding part of your day. Let's start by talking about why having a sketching routine is so important. You've probably heard it before, but consistency really is the key when it comes to improving your art. Regular practice, even just a little bit each day, can make a huge difference over time. It's like building a muscle. Every time you sketch, you're strengthening your skills, boosting your creativity, and you're building your confidence. Beyond the technical benefits, having a routine can also be a real game changer for your mental and creative well-being. Sketching on a regular basis helps reduce creative block and anxiety. And instead of worrying about when you'll have time to draw next, it becomes a natural part of your day, something you can look forward to rather than something that you're going to stress out about. And then there's the long-term growth. It may not seem like it at first, but all those small daily efforts do add up. One day, you'll look back and realize how far you've come, all because you took the time to build a consistent routine. So, how do you actually start building this routine? First things first, you've got to assess your current schedule. Take a look at your day-to-day life and find those little windows of times where you can fit in some sketching. It doesn't have to be hours, just 10 or 15 minutes can be enough to get started. In my personal case, I found that my workday took most of my time. I had my family that I wanted to spend time with in the evening. So really what I figured out is that the best time for me to sketch was when I woke up. I had about 30 minutes to myself before the family got up. So that was the perfect window for me to do my own personal sketching. So once you found your time slot, it's important to set realistic goals. Start small. Maybe your initial goal is to sketch for 10 minutes every day for a week. The key is to make it achievable so you don't get overwhelmed. As you get more comfortable, you can gradually increase the time or the complexity of what you're working on. There are different types of goals you can set depending on what you want to get out of your sketching routine. You might want to focus on improving a specific skill, like drawing hands, or maybe your goal is to simply fill a sketchbook by the end of the month. Or if you're like me, you might just enjoy sketching as a way to relax or unwind with no specific end goal in mind. In fact, I just posted a whole video talking about letting go of expectations during your sketching session and how important it is to just enjoy the process rather than being too fixated on any particular goal. The important thing is to tailor your expectations to your personal needs and preferences. Next up is finding the right time and place to sketch. Everyone's different, so it's worth experimenting to see what works best for you. Some people are more creative in the morning, while others might find their flow late at night. I myself used to be a night person, but I found lately that I'm much more creative, much more alert the first thing when I get up. Try sketching at different times of the day and see when you feel the most productive and inspired. Once you figured out your ideal time, it's important to create a comfortable space for sketching. This doesn't have to be anything fancy, just a spot where you can sit down and focus without too many distractions. Maybe it's a cozy corner in your room, or maybe you like sketching on the go and need a portable setup. Whatever it is, make sure it's a place where you can relax and let your creativity flow. Minimizing distractions is also key. If you're someone who gets easily sidetracked, try setting up in a quieter area or using noise-canceling headphones to block out background noise. The goal is to create an environment where you can fully immerse yourself in the sketching process. Now, staying motivated and consistent can be one of the biggest challenges when it comes to building a routine, especially when life gets busy. One thing that really helps is tracking your progress. Keep a sketchbook or a digital folder where you can see how much you've done. Over time, you'll start to notice improvements, and that can be a huge motivator on its own to keep going. Another key to consistency is building habits. The more you sketch at the same time every day, the more it becomes a natural part of your routine. It's like brushing your teeth or making your morning coffee. After a while, it just becomes something you do automatically. But let's be real, creative slumps happen. There will be days when you don't feel like sketching, and that's okay. On those days, try switching things up. Draw something different, use a new tool, or as I've said, give yourself permission to draw or sketch without any expectations. The important thing is to keep going, even if it's just for a few minutes. One of the best ways to ensure you stick to your routine is by making the process enjoyable. If sketching feels like a chore, you're not going to want to do it. So, how can you keep it fun? For starters, try incorporating elements you enjoy, like listening to music, or maybe this is a time where you get to catch up on the podcast that you really like. It can make the time fly by and make the process feel more like a treat than a task. It also helps to mix things up. Don't feel like you have to draw the same thing every day. Experiment with different styles, tools, or subjects to keep things interesting. Maybe one day you like sketching. Maybe one day you like sketching characters, and then next you're going to try out some landscapes. The more variety you introduce, the less likely you're going to get bored. And hey, don't forget to reward yourself. If you stuck to your routine for a week, treat yourself to something nice. Whether it's art supply or a nice cup of coffee, it's a little way to celebrate your progress and keep motivated to keep going. One last thing to keep in mind is that your routine doesn't have to be set in stone. Life changes, and sometimes your routine will need to change with it. Flexibility is key to making sure that your routine can adapt to your life rather than the other way around. Every now and then, take a step back and reassess your goals. Are they still aligned to what you want to achieve? Do you need to adjust your routine to fit your new schedule? Don't be afraid to make changes as you need it. What's important is that your routine continues to support your growth as an artist. So, there you have it. A step-by-step guide to building a sketching routine that works for you. We've covered why it's important, how to set realistic goals, find the right time and place, staying motivated, and make the process enjoyable. Remember, the key to success is consistency, but also flexibility. Your routine should work for you, not the other way around. If you found these tips helpful, I'd love to hear about your own sketching routines in the comments below. What works for you? What challenges have you faced? Let's keep the conversation going and help each other grow as artists. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content. Thanks for spending this time with me, and as always, keep drawing.